Thank you. So we begin with, this is your first book?
Yeah, published.
It's a very ambitious work, I mean.
Sure.
And it's very interesting. How it began, the idea from you to write a book about the election 2007. Why did you write it?
Well, after the elections of 2007, and when it emerged that the elections had been rigged, at first it was a very brutal experience for the Kenyan people because a lot of people died. This was a democratic election, and people voted a regime that they thought was corrupt, was murdering people. It was a huge possibility for Kenyans to change the way they are governed and even to put democracy itself to test. So when this election was rigged, we followed everything here in Stockholm because it was being broadcast over the national television. But after the election process and after the rigging and after the violence, and then there was the peace talks that was mediated by Kofi Annan. The main inspiration behind writing this book was because the evidence of election rigging was there.
The evidence of the election?
The evidence of fraud was there because much of the documentation that has been cited in the book is the same documentation that was used by the Electoral Commission of Kenya. This was one. Two, I decided to write this book because the process that had led to the defeat of the Kibaki government in election was so clear. Somebody could analyze and know exactly why they had lost an election and why they decided to rig election. But the most important inspiration was to document all these processes that had happened, because we have had major political developments in Kenya that are rarely documented in book form. We have had rigging of elections since the Moi dictatorship more than 24 years ago. Moi stayed in power for 24 years. He rigged almost 5 elections with the support of Western governments and made away with it because he was serving the interests of the West. When this election was rigged, the United States was the first to support the Kibaki government after he rigged election, and many Kenyans were shocked. The United States had to withdraw its note of congratulation to Kibaki simply because people were protesting in the street. They realized they had made a mistake. So part of writing this book is also to expose the role of both American imperialism in Kenyan politics and, of course, European hypocrisy in Kenyan politics. They have been supporting each and every regime in Kenya has been supported by the West. Now, this was a chance for Kenyans to show that they are capable of conducting a free and fair election. We expected that after the rigging of election, the best the West could have done is to tell Kibaki to step down. But instead, they went and supported him. But the most frustrating development in Kenya is that even after he stole an election, they were still telling him to discuss with the winner government, something that can never happen in the West. We live in this country called Sweden. People go to vote. If the Social Democrats have stolen an election, there is no way the United Nations will come and try to intervene that now share power. It doesn't happen. That is not the way democracy operates. So part of writing this book is to expose also the role these Western powers are playing to frustrate the democratic process in Kenya. And then, of course, the nature of the regime in Kenya, it has not delivered since independence. You know, I call it flag independence because it's mainly singing the national anthem and raising the flag.
It's your own appellation.
Exactly. So these are some of the reasons that inspired me to write this book. Then, of course, there is the research part, because you don't write a book when you're not sure about what you're talking about. So the research material was available if you knew where to look. It was to this regime which was defeated. It is not different from past regimes in any fundamental way. The regime is, the way it works is the same. The same ingredients of corruption, the same ingredients of tribalism, the same ingredients with collaboration with the Western powers, the same ingredients of people starving in a rich country. They have been in all these regimes. Now, part of the reason of writing this book is also to use it for political education for the Kenyan and international audience who might have access to it, in order to just expand the political base, because it talks about a rigged election, but at the same time, it touches on different aspects of Kenyan politics that you don't read in other Western media, that you don't see in other books written by Western scholars. This is my country. I thought that it is important to, you know, put these things together and make a story out of it, because we are saying that the problem in Kenya is not even actually those politicians who are there. The problem is the system that sustains them. One regime after another comes and goes after every
Which
election.
system?
The capitalist system of government that is built on a few rich people, you know, profiteering from taxpayers' money at the expense of majority who are starving.